Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Merchant of Venice and we get to hear from Portia in Act 3, Scene 4. But if you're paying attention, you know that yesterday we just finished Act 3, Scene 2, so we gotta do a little bit of catch up today. Not the stuff that you put on french fries. So in Act 3, Scene 2, Bassanio chose the right box, so he gets to marry Portia, and Graziano and Nerissa also want to get married. They're all going to get married at the same time. But then Lorenzo and Jessica and Salario, otherwise known as Salarino, came in with a letter from Antonio saying that all of his ships had been shipwrecked, and so he's going to have no choice but to pay the bond, which is a pound of flesh, to Shylock. And he really just hopes that Bassanio can come and sort of say goodbye to him before he has to give up this pound of flesh, which is going to result in his death, because let's be honest, that's what's going to happen. So Portia is like, marry me real quick and then go help your friend. And that was basically the end of Act 3, Scene 2. So Act 3, Scene 3, we're back in Venice and we get to see Antonio, who is like now in jail. And he's trying to talk to Shylock, but Shylock doesn't want to listen to him. He's just like, no, I'm going to get my bond. I'm going to get my bond. I'm going to get my bond. And Antonio's like, just listen. He's like, no, I'm going to get my bond. And then Shylock leaves and Antonio's left there with Salario, who's otherwise known as Salario, I think, in the folio, in the first scene of the folio. Anyway, they're talking a little bit, and Antonio's like, you know what, I get why Shylock hates me, because I've lent money to people who owed him money so that they could get out of his debt and whatever. He's like, I get it, but it's, this kind of sucks. And Salario's like, but there has to be a way to get out of this. And Antonio's like, no, there isn't. Like, the whole local economy is going to collapse unless the Duke enforces this, that I have to pay my bond. So that's a thing. I just hope that Bassanio can get here before I die, kind of a thing. And that's the end of Act 3, Scene 3. So Act 3, Scene 4, we're back in Belmont, and a little bit of time has passed, and Portia is starting to get things in order for Bassanio to leave, all that sort of thing. But she starts out, she's talking to Lorenzo, who remembers the one that Jessica, who is Shylock's daughter, wanted to run away and marry. And Lorenzo is like, you are so awesome for offering to help Antonio. Like, if you knew what kind of guy he is, you're awesome for helping him. Like, how can you be that awesome, and all that sort of thing. And Portia says, I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now. For in companions that do converse and waste the time together, whose souls do bear an eagle yoke of love, there must be needs a like proportion of lineaments, of manners, and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my lord, must needs be like my lord. If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul from out the state of hellish cruelty. This comes too near the praising of myself. Therefore, no more of it. Here, other things. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my lord's return. For mine own part, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only attended by Nerissa here, until her husband and my lord's return. There is a monastery 2 miles off, and there we will abide. I do desire you not to deny this imposition, which my love and some necessity now lays upon you. So she starts out by saying, sort of like a birds of a feather flock together thing. She's like, if this Antonio is such good friends with my Bassanio, I have to imagine that they are very similar people that have similar manners and characteristics and all that sort of thing. So if Bassanio holds Antonio in such high esteem, it must be because Antonio is like Bassanio, and therefore, it's literally no skin off my nose to try to help him. I would be a terrible person if I didn't try to help him. And then she gets a little self-deprecating. She's like, this is too close to tooting my own horn, so let's talk about other things. And she says, Lorenzo, I want you to look after my house while Bassanio is in Venice helping Antonio. I'm going to go live in this monastery that's 2 miles away and just pray and contemplate things, and Nerissa's the only one who is allowed to see me while I am there. So please, Lorenzo, is it cool to like look after my house while I have to go do this thing and stay in prayer and solemn contemplation while my husband's gone? And Lorenzo is like, yes, absolutely, that's totally fine. And Portia's like, you know, and I've given the whole household staff word that they should be taking their direction from you and Jessica as if you were me and Bassanio here in charge of the house. And Lorenzo and Jessica are both like, yes, absolutely, we will take care of everything. Don't worry about a thing. And they leave in after like 3 lines of tomorrow's monologue, which is Portia imparting more instructions for the time that she will be away in a monastery. And if you know anything about Shakespeare, do you really think she's gonna go be in a monastery while her husband's in Venice? Just a thought. Put your ideas, your thoughts, where she might be going, what she might be planning in the comment section, because we'll get there eventually. But yeah, I want to see what y'all think about what she might be doing while her husband's away. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for more of her doling out instructions to the people around her before we have to get into the whole Antonio pound of flesh thing. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.